Happy Mindful Monday, Conscious Leaders. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and enjoyed time doing whatever you love to do. What I would recommend is absolutely reading through this entire Mindful Monday. There's a lot of content here, and really this is just going to be a brief video to explain a little bit deeper about what happens with our brain. This may be something that you already know, but again, as we know, repetition is the mother of all skill, and the more and more we become aware of certain aspects of ourselves and we start to weave those pieces in together, we can have a greater understanding about the why in which we show up the way we do, and also recognize that we have a choice. So when we think about the brain in general, which is one of the themes of this month, it's recognizing that there are different aspects. We have first the reptilian brain, and the reptilian brain is the fight or flight. It's the most basic aspects of who we are, and there's more detailed information within the content, as I said. And the second portion of the brain that's developed a little bit later is the limbic brain. And so this is more, goes into our emotion and the ability to be able to start to feel things. And then the last portion of our brain is our neocortex. And this is our ability to really be able to connect, to be able to envision, to be able to imagine. And there's something beyond this world of our five senses. And it also is the part of our brain that's going to stimulate more of our parasympathetic nervous system. So the more digest and rest aspect of who we are. And so a lot of what this month is also talking about is either how we react in life or we respond in life. And reacting in life is whatever's in front of you, it's perceived as a threat. It stimulates more of our reptilian brain, and what we do automatically is we go automatically into defense or pushback or anything like that, and we perceive anything that's occurring as is that this doesn't feel good, therefore that means it's a threat to me. Or we have the opportunity to respond and recognize and digest, take a moment to digest the information and to be with what is and to see beyond what we believe and we perceive is what is truth in that moment with a capital T. So basically, the way that I like to think about personally that really supports me is I think about, let's say somebody says something to you and they say, you know what, I really don't like that when you do that. And instantly, if I'm not really conscious and if I'm not really paying attention to the different thoughts and feelings that are coming through me, and automatically I see that as a threat, what I do is I react. And I think about this open palm, this is the reptilian brain. This is like boom, boom, this is it. I'm just gonna react with anger, and I'm stimulating my sympathetic nervous system, then my fight or flight, and I have something to really fight for right now. That part of our brain is so useful, except for that we don't really need to have that going all the time. And it really taxes our adrenals and our cortisol levels. And then we have our limbic system. Like I said, it's that part of us that we start to connect more with our emotions. And then we have our neocortex. So we have an opportunity whenever we're confronted with something that doesn't feel good to us, or maybe it's opposite of what we think, or maybe something that has happened outside of us externally that's a physical act, we can react to it, or we can learn to respond to it. And so what we do, it frequently goes back to simplicity of taking a few deep breaths, just a few deep conscious breaths to pause, to just get into body. Again, that stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, digest and rest, and it gives us a moment to step back from what we are perceiving as a threat right now to really be able to consciously discern. And then in that moment, we then start to get curious. We get curious about maybe why that person's saying that, or why that event is occurring, or anything else. And that curiosity and that wonder takes us above the line. It takes us more into that parasympathetic nervous system, and it's going to stimulate more of our limbic and our neocortex system. So we're really, really using all parts of us instead of just by default and reacting through life. So hopefully that's useful. Again, it's just really understanding the natural tendency we have as human beings, but recognizing that we have a choice. We don't have to go through life constantly reacting to external stimuli that's occurring, or even internal stimuli that's occurring, feelings that we don't like, right? So we can learn to instead respond to what's occurring. Please let me know if you have any questions. Have a fantastic week, and I'm so excited I get to see you guys soon.